Hello. I hope you can hear me. Let me know if you can hear me before I even start this video. I'm going to give it a few minutes. We'll get started. So I wanted to make this video right away. However, it didn't come to me until today. So life has done all the work for me already. All right. And that's why I show up here every day and I talk about um, painful experiences, joyful experiences, learned behaviors, ways of thinking, feeling, and acting in the world or in my life in general, in relationships. However, it was funny because I'm a master intuitive psychic medium and I communicate with spirit. Well, my father is passed and has been passed since 2006. Okay. So a long time. And I've had a lot of emotions that were hidden. And I didn't really have anyone to talk to so well, I did. Honestly, I talk to God. I talk to God mainly. He is my source. He is my mother, father, brother, sister, whatever, right? He's my money. He's my energy. Um, he's the way I communicate. Um, so, I wanted to get that out there. So, yeah, life has done the work for me. So, I just needed to become aware of why I was acting out my life and playing out this certain role um, that most of us don't understand we're doing. First of all, that's what it is. That's why I'm here to share that I learned about myself. 222 on the clock. So, yeah, learn behaviors and certain patterns and ways of thinking, feeling, and being and acting in your relationships. This could be your intimate relationships. This could be acquaintances. This could be friendships. Okay. This could be partnerships for business, work, career, you name it. Okay. So that was the role I learned that I was playing in my own life. It was to step up and stop being small. Um, and I'm talking mainly to the energy of the divine feminine. I do believe that's what's channeling through me right now. And it's no gender based. If you're a male figure in a body of a male, and your dominant energy works with feminine energy, then so be it. I'm talking to you too. Um, I think there will be another time that I make a different video for just the masculine energy, but today I'm talking to all feminine energy out there. So, my learned behavior, okay, first and foremost, my family of women are so strong and independent in their self today. All right. They haven't always been that. And not that they weren't strong women, um, this is where the masculine energy perception will shift, okay? Because, and feminine, actually, whatever. But they were strong in their belief that, and this is why, um, the masculine energy had to do this, that, the other thing. It had to look a certain way, be a certain way, feel a certain way, you know, and then vice versa as far as the feminine energy and the role that we played in society was that the woman, well, growing up, let me just say, learned behavior was my dad didn't allow my mom to work. She was to stay home, tend to the children, tend to the home, do the cooking, whatever. Well, that ended. The cooking ended the day that my dad found a hair in his food from my mom cooking. Okay. So I don't want to go out rampant page here, but the learned behavior was, walking on pins and needles, um, and the man having the control and the power and decisions and how a woman should feel or look or be or act. Okay, that's it. That is the role that um, I witnessed growing up, the learned behavior and the ways of patterns of thinking, the scarcity, like putting a woman over here and a man over here. Okay, a man can only do this kind of work, this labels, gender based, collective. Okay, that's what hit me today. Um, I knew, but I didn't know that this was the message that Source wanted me to get out to the collective. Okay, so there's hidden emotions around this for all divine feminine. Okay. Um, and I'm going to talk a little bit about my experience and my learned behavior and pattern way of thinking was exactly that. Like in my relationships, I believed personally that the woman, if the man worked, he worked for the money and you were there. Say you didn't work, but you were taking care of the children, whatever you're doing, okay, is important. I want you to know that. Regardless of you working. If you are learning, okay, so maybe you have some kind of program of education and you're doing a higher learning thing, that is okay. All right. It's all okay. Um, but these hidden emotions that showed up for me was in my relationships. I started to see a pattern way of thinking, feeling, and reacting. Okay, whether it was communication, okay, because communication, first of all, was not the best growing up for me. It was always rivalry, very challenging to deal with as a child. And the reason I say this is because the children nowadays, um, I want to bring awareness and this perception shift that they have a right to choose. Okay, they have a right to choose. Do I want to continue down this learned behavior road, or do I want to create my own way of thinking, feeling, and being and acting? Okay, that role. What is that role that I want to play? That's what our kids now should know. Um, However, it didn't turn out too bad. I lost a lot of relationships when it came to love because I didn't know how to open up and express love, or I didn't know how it really was meant to feel or look like, right? Because of what I witnessed, things I heard, and felt around me, and I am in a very strong empath, super empath. So the thing is, why do I want to feel this way? Why do I want to continue speaking this way to my partners? Or, I just had this shift in perception and perspective. Like, I don't have to be that way. I don't have to be that way. So, how do I do this? I take my power back from that learned behavior or that pattern way of thinking, feeling, acting, or being in the world. I don't have to just stay in this one lane, focused here and not look outside the box to see a bigger picture. Okay. So yeah, that's it. Hidden emotions of how I should feel. Or should I even express my feelings? Is it safe to express my feelings? Because from what I noticed and witnessed growing up, it was not safe to express my feelings. I was told, you're better off seen and not heard, or, I mean, maybe you can resonate to that stuff. And it kind of just shut me down. And I became shy and stifled and bored, and feeling, and I wasn't able to, you know, not just understand, but I didn't know how to walk up to somebody and say, hey, my name's Amy, and you want to be friends? Or even 10 years ago, I wouldn't have said, hey, my name's Amy. Do you want to have a cup of coffee? Let's get to know each other, on a different kind of level, mentally and emotionally and physically speaking. So I released all these learned behaviors and ways and patterns of thinking, feeling, acting, and being in relationships. It had to start with me. So when I say it had to start with me, I had to I had to remember through my subconscious memory, where in the hell did this come from? Why does this feeling of not good enough or unworthiness or needing to people please or seek approval, whatever you want to call it, where did it come from? Where did that learned behavior come from? Or why do I think that way? Why do I need to look outside myself to ask somebody, hey, does these clothes look good on me today? Or what do you think of this shade of lipstick that I'm wearing today? No, I don't do that anymore. I took my power back. I took my power back from my mother and my father and my ancestors in this current incarnation, however. And I'm using the more, how do I say this? The more general knowledge with science and turn it into my own type of wisdom of way of communicating, thinking, feeling, when to act or react or not react at all, and just say what I have to say. So it's been amazing. That's where what I learned about myself, and that is collectively who I'm looking for to help and mentor and assist in every area of your life. So, to create more balance, more prosperity, and more time and space. Maybe you want to travel. Maybe you want more money. Maybe you want more love. Okay. I learned it has to start with the self. So with me being able to change this in myself, I now can teach it and mentor you, collective. So, yeah, I didn't really get into the whole picture, but it's the way we are, our parents, God bless them all. They want what's best for their children. However, they don't really know how to get that best outcome because the learned behaviors and the pattern way of thinking, feeling, acting, reacting, believing, whatever it is for you, they didn't know it could be changed. Okay, they didn't know it could be changed. This is the end of the era. Now we're stepping into a new one where I am acting out that role, and I did for most of my life. I did the exact same thing that my parents did. Okay, in my own relationships and in with myself, because honestly, I love my parents, but and they did their best from what they knew they could do, with the way that, you know, the societal teachings and everything, that they really couldn't look outside the box. They were doing exactly what they thought they should do and care for us the exact way they thought they should. And discipline, the rules and the regulations. But I broke that. I broke that. And what you call this is breaking family cycles of energy on a level. Okay. So because of that, I get to enjoy my life now. I get to manifest and uh, everything that I want or ever needed. You know, I know the universe has my back, loves and supports me, guides me. It's like the holy grail of mediumship, um, a new way, a new way of being. And it's not to say, um, people thought I was selfish. I'll just say people were thinking I was selfish and, oh, she only thinks about her own life and what she wants and center of attention and all this and that. No, that's just the role that I came to play. Because honestly, I'm not all for the fame and the fortune. I actually love my life. I love being able to ask, get out of my own way, and receive exactly what I asked for with no expectations, just the element of surprise from source. And when I say source, it's God, universe, all it is, okay? There's no separation from me and all that is and anymore. And that is you, collective. That is you. You are me. Um, so yeah, it's been an amazing journey. It's been a painful journey. Um, it's been inspiring. It's been creative. You know, I found something in myself that I never knew existed. And that was because I was trying to fit the shoe that my parents wanted me to be. Okay. Or clothing, whatever you want to put in there for yourself. And I decided that I just didn't want that life. I didn't want the same. I just didn't want it. I didn't want it the same. So I took my power back from not only my parents, but society as well. Okay. Nobody is more powerful than I am. Okay. And when I say I am, I mean the I am presence. I am my authentic true self. I get to choose how I and when and where I eat my food. I don't have to be all proper and sit up straight and eat at a specific time or date, this way. I just don't. I remember, I'll talk about a little bit. I remember my dad was, after that little incident with my mom and the hair and the food, and well, she just really didn't get to cook anymore. And so my dad was the cook. He was actually a chef and for 30 years at the London Hof. And I thought that was cool. I wanted to be like him. it was so inspiring to see the different ways of cooking and being able to taste different foods. And I still kind of have that now. I can say I'm vegan, vegetarian, whatever. I will eat a hot dog in a minute, um, just to see the difference around the world. Just trying it wherever, different restaurants. Um, but yeah, he was the cook, and I remember, we were all sitting. It was a family thing, and well, as far as prayer or grace, none of that was available in my family setting. I learned that through my cousins, and I thought that was cool. So I tried that one day, and you're like, "Oh, come on, let's just eat. What are you doing?" I cooked it, whatever, that kind of thing. Um, so I didn't like that, and I chose different. Okay, I chose different. Not right away, but later down the road, when I had this awareness, like I should have more gratitude and appreciation for this meal that I have, because so many people out there don't even have a meal. Okay. So, and when you have more gratitude and appreciation, I learned that the universe will actually appreciate that more than you just sitting down and not saying grace and being grateful for your food, because it is all that is. Okay. It's not a judgment of the food or what kind of food it is. It's just food. Wow. I am grateful for this animal that has blessed me with this meal. That kind of gratitude, right? Thank you, Father in heaven, for this meal today, and what I share with my unit in my family unit. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. 6 times. Okay, that's mastery. Um, so yeah, I learned early on that I need to be a proper lady. I need to go to the bathroom and fart. Never fart in front of your parent, your father, when he's trying to raise a feminine. And when I say trying to raise, he was never really there. It was mainly my mom. She was very depressed as a divine feminine that did not have a voice or a right to any kind of opinion. Okay. So I took my power back, and I played that out for as long as I could. Um, and that's what you do. You're where you're at, collective, until you can't take it anymore. And it just don't fit. Right? You're not here to fit in. You're here to create your own life, not by your parents' blueprint. Okay? It's by the divine blueprint. Your own. Okay? Your own. Um, let's see, anything else? Yeah, so oh, yeah. Um, another thing, because of my father, I thought it was cool, the prayer and, the grace, and still being that divine being, that connection to something that I can't see or feel, or I don't know, or I don't understand. Let me change that. Understand. I got that from my cousin, and she was committed. She was very faithful to God. Yet people called her a hypocrite, and it was because of her lifestyle. She believed she had all this pain, and now that'll be another video. Um, she moved on, and her lifestyle took her, which is narcotics, pills, uh, So that kind of was inspiring for me because I remember staying at her house and actually, I think it was a Xanax or a Zoloft or something like that. She's gone now, but I was like, "What is that?" And because I had asked, she's like, "You want to try it?" And I was like, "Sure." I trusted her. She ain't gonna try to kill me or nothing. Um, However, it was way not for me. Let's just say that was the one and only time I had that. And after that, I just really never cared for medication. And that was another limited belief from my father. He's like, "Oh, you're all right. Just go brush your teeth, or if you had a toothache, rinse your mouth, gargle it with salt water." Yeah, all them things worked, but they were temporary. And then I come to learn, growing up, I really didn't focus on the exterior as much as I could have or should have. So, you know, I don't know if you might have seen some of my other videos here on YouTube that I've actually am a survivor of breast cancer. And that's also because of my lifestyle. And also knowing nothing about how energy works and plays a major role in our lives today. And once I learned that, I used it in my own life to integrate more healing, more love, more self-love, self-care, totally re-nurture and reparent myself. Not that they were horrible parents. Um, they've done their own share of shit that they got to answer for and heal, their own lessons, let's just say. But don't try to mold your kid. That's the whole point. Don't try to mold your person, your partner. Um, it's about acceptance. It's about radical acceptance. Like, I accept you right where you are, collective. And if you were to come to me today and ask me anything, I'd be like, okay, well, I'm here to listen. I'm going to listen. I'm going to meet you where you're at. And then I'm going to give you the result, the resolution, right? Um, because I played it all out. I played it all out my whole entire life. Um, so I was looked down growing up. Nobody supported me wanting to be uh, a psychic. They just called it. Now I have the holy grail of mediumship and connection to all that is. And that is you. You can do it too. And I'm here to flick that switch in your brain that says, I can't do this. I'm not good enough. I'm not worthy of this. But you are, collective. You are so worthy. You are so special. And you do have a talent, a gift, an expertise that would love to give you more money and more abundance of love and light, really. So yeah, what the whole thing was, this releasing this karmic patterns and habits and belief systems and learned behaviors was it was to come back to me. Who am I right now without being a mom, a grandmother, a citizen of the United States, right? Who am I when I put all that away and on the back burner? Who am I right here? Just connect. Deep breath. Who am I? Where do I belong? Why have I only been able to fit in when you are meant to stand out and be your unique, authentic, true, vibrational, unconditional, loving self. All right? Not saying, by no freaking means am I saying you're not going to have a bad day. But you know what you're going to do? You're going to stop thinking that every day is doom and gloom, and you're going to start to see the light and the beauty, not only in yourself, but in others. Okay? In others. And it has to change with you first. You know? Um, so, yeah. Them are my hidden emotions. Um, that is my expertise. That is where I can help, where I'm playing the role in the divine role of being the change you want to see in the world. Okay, and it starts with you. So, with that being said, I think that's all for now. Thank you to your higher self, to your physical self, to wherever you are right now, and God bless. Have a great day.